moved down the age scale. Contribution thresholds. This is something that I'm still coming to grips with as a relative newcomer to the Australian tax system.
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. The superannuation, the reason why it's so popular and such a good place to invest retirement assets is because of the tax and the tax savings. So if you work out that super's a great spot to invest your money, or great structure through which to invest your money, then the question is, well, how do you get money into it? Your employer currently is putting 9.25% of your income into your super account, but if you've got surplus funds and want to invest more, you can actually put more into your superannuation fund. And that, if you do it in the form of concessional contributions like salary sacrifice, then you can actually save a significant amount of tax. For the average salary earner, you could put additional $10,000 into your super account and save an additional $2,000 tax on that $10,000. So there's great benefits. But what you were mentioning there, Alan, is that the contribution limits are changing. So for somebody over 60 this financial year, they can put up to $35,000 of those types of contributions, whereas if you're under 60, it's a $25,000 threshold. Next financial year, that changes to $30,000 for those under 50 and 35, and the threshold is $35,000 for those over 50 next financial year. So it's well worth considering that, because it's still one of the key ways of saving tax each year.
What's the bring forward rule?
Yeah, the bring forward rule is that we've mentioned what we call concessional contributions. So that's like your employer contributions, your salary sacrifice, and other deductible contributions that you're putting into your super fund. You can actually put just other money into your super fund as well, and these contributions are what we call non-concessional contributions. So you can put up to $150,000 a year, bring forward 2 further financial years contribution limits, and put in up to $450,000 a year. If you're selling an investment property, for example, and you want to get the money into the zero tax environment, then you can sell the asset and then contribute the money to your super fund. And as long as you're under these limits, you'll be able to get it into the fund, no problem. The interesting thing is that next financial year, so from the 1st of July, that bring forward rule, the limit changes from $450,000 to $540,000. So if you're wanting to get a significant amount of money into your super fund, then deferring till the next financial year could potentially be of greater benefit.
So would you be able to, say you sold a house that was worth $540,000?
Yes.
Would you be able to say, okay, I'll put $180,000 in this year and $180,000 in the following year, and so on? So you sort of spread it out over the 3 years.
You could do it that way, or one of the most effective ways of doing it is you could put in the limit this financial year, but so up until the 30th of June is $150,000. So you could put $150,000 in now, and then in July, then you can put in $540,000. And so basically you're able to put in $690,000 within a few months. So it's quite an effective way.
Yeah, don't ask me to do any adding up. My wife does all the accounting in our house.
It's always a challenge doing calculations on the fly, isn't it?
It's terrible. I can't even do it when I'm not on the fly. Talking of wives, what happens with your spouse and contribution?
Yeah, this is a strategy that's been around for a long time, but not many people utilise it. If you've got a spouse who is not earning any income, or is earning a low income that is under $10,800, then a little tax saving or a little boost you can implement is put $3,000 into your spouse's, the low incomes earners, superannuation, and that attracts a rebate of $540. So you're effectively putting in you're effectively putting in $3,000 into a super fund, but it's only really costing you $2,500. So it's another little strategy that you can implement each year that just adds to your savings and can help your situation.